we will be working on our breath, working on a little bit more of resilience and ease like we were working on last week. And so I ask that you just really take your time as we move through our practice today and make sure that you're not going into any sense of pain, any adjustments or any changes that you need to make to any positions, please do so. I really want to make sure that you really respect and honor your physical body as well as your mind, okay? So make sure you don't put yourself into any situations that become painful or really, really not good, okay? I'm not going to say uncomfortable because that's okay to get a little uncomfortable. Stepping out of your comfort zone is okay, but try not to go towards the pain threshold. Okay, so we're going to start, actually, now that I got you all into a seat, we're actually going to lie down on our backs. Okay, so get yourself comfortable. If you need to put your blanket underneath your head or do anything like that, go ahead, go for it. Just get yourself comfortable. So lie down. You can have your knees bent if you like. Deborah, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. You can't hear me? Okay, so are you going to lie down? Deborah, can you hear me? Deborah, if you can't hear me, give me a thumbs down. Oh, you can hear me. You can? Okay, so are you going to lie down? Okay. Okay, so lie down on your backs, get comfortable. And I'm just going to read you something to begin with, and I'm just going to let that float through your mind and through your body. I actually have this on my website, but it has to do with our practice today. One of my favorite flowers is the dandelion. Most people see a weed, but I see a wish. I see a ray of sunshine and positivity, hope and courage, new life and choices, opportunities and endurance. The dandelion can survive where other flowers can't or won't. They can be yanked out, stepped on, but they keep on blooming in the harshest of environments. Their seeds float free with courage and endurance. They symbolize resilience and inner strength to rise above any challenge or situation that may come their way. I chose the dandelion and its seeds as my logo for Yoga Etc. because I wanted to capture the true essence of the flower in my teaching, in my practice, and in my life. So thinking about a dandelion, what do you think of when you think of a dandelion? Do you think of what I wrote, that I spoke of, or do you think of something else? And it's okay to think any way that you like. You might like it, you might not like it. You might think of different things when you think of a dandelion flower, the yellow flower. And then when it goes to seed, maybe you think of something else. Now I'd like you to direct your attention towards either the flower, the yellow flower, or the seeds. And begin to think of resilience. So resilience is going through and trying to be content with any situation, recovering from any situation with grace. It's also about possibilities and wishes. So that's what our theme of our practice is going to be. So you're the dandelion. Envision yourself as that dandelion and how strong and capable you truly are. So in any situation, in the coldest of days, the snowiest of days, the rainiest of days, because we know that the sun will shine again and it'll be your time to bloom. So as you lie on your backs, just notice the ground underneath you. Have your eyes gently closed if they're not already. Be aware of your space that you're in. Notice what parts of your body are touching the ground, your mat, how they feel. Maybe only a portion of your back is touching, maybe only a portion of your leg or your arms are touching. Notice that. And then begin to go inwards, noticing the strength that lies inwards. So now begin to be aware of the bones in your body, your skeletal system, your muscles, your joints. Noticing how they're feeling right this moment. And lying on the ground too. Do you feel supported as you lie on the ground? Do your muscles and your joints feel supported? Go a little bit deeper, checking out your feelings, your emotions, how you're feeling right now as you lie on the ground. Staying very still. Moving your awareness all around your body and through your body. And then notice the way that you're breathing right now. Don't change your breath, just watch yourself breathe. As you breathe, allow that breath to get a little bit deeper, a little bit slower, going right into that yogic breathing. So the belly is rising and falling. You feel an expansion through the sides of the body. Moving that breath into the chest as you feel those lungs expand even more to get a little bit more oxygen in. Perhaps you can feel the back of your lungs pressing against the ground. And feeling that there's absolutely no struggle here. You just feel this beautiful breath moving in and out through your body. Filling yourself up as much as you can and emptying yourself out. Now trying to keep that breath. You're going to try to keep that breath the entire practice, but without any struggle. And then you're going to give yourself a little stretch. So point your toes, reach your arms up and behind your head. Stretch yourself out. And then roll over to one side. And then push yourself up into a seat. So using that blanket, and then sit yourself in a comfortable seat. So there's lots of ways to sit. You can sit on your knees, on your shins, on your heels. You can sit crisscross. You can sit in a pinwheel. That's the legs over to one side. So any way that feels, or even bringing your legs out in front of you, that's perfect too. So just find a place where you can sit Okay, and then bring your awareness again, first of all, to your seat. So feeling the firmness and the foundation underneath your seat, feeling your roots. Remember, you're that dandelion. Feel your roots. Have those roots go down deep, 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 so that if anyone tries to yank you out, they're really going to have a hard time. And then lengthen through your stem, through your spine. Soften through your leaves, your arms and your shoulders. And then your head is that beautiful flower. Or that little fluff ball, that's okay too. Filled with seeds. You're blooming. So the breath is coming in and out of your body. Nice and slow, taking its time. Okay, so now we're gonna move ourselves into an alternate nostril breathing. So taking your left hand, thumb and pointer finger touches, that's resting on your knee with your palm face up. Your right hand, I think, depends on how you'd like to do it. This is a little bit easier, having your right thumb work on your right nostril, the left, and then the left nostril is with your right pointer finger. You can just go back and forth. If you want to hug in your pointer and your tall finger, you can do that as well. Have that arm, your right arm, hugged in towards your chest. If you want to support your elbow, you can. And we're going to begin breathing just through the left nostril. Close your eyes. And just breathe in left nostril, in and out. Just getting a nice rhythm, breathing rhythm going. Okay, we're gonna switch nostrils. Cover up that left nostril. Breathe in and out through the right. Okay, cover up the right. Breathe in through the left. Cover up the left. Breathe out through the right. Breathe in right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Keep going, just at your own pace, doing your belly breathing, your yogic breathing, taking your time, having that breath move through your body. And when you're ready, you can start to count your breaths. So as you breathe in, count how long it takes you to breathe in. Count how long it takes you to exhale. Don't judge or criticize yourselves. Just notice. And then using whatever number you came up with, see if you can balance them. So it might be number 3, you're breathing in and out, or it might be 4, it might be 5, it might be 6. You find which one works for you without straining or struggling. We'll do that type of breathing one last time, starting and finishing with the left side. And then when you're done, just bring your hands down onto your knees or your lap. Notice how you're feeling. Take a couple breaths. Again, notice your seat. Okay, next breath, let's rise the arms all the way up above your head, reaching up as high as you can go, growing up towards the sun. And then we're going to plant that left hand down onto the ground and then side bend over, stretching out, just going to where you can go. Inhale, lift both arms up. And then over towards the other side. Support yourself with one hand. Inhale to lift. If anyone needs to be on a chair, that's perfectly fine. And then over towards the other side. Nice and slow with your breath. Arms come up. We're going to do it one more time on this other side, so the right side. Side bend. And then lift both arms all the way up. Both arms come down. And we're going to bring ourselves into a child's pose. So if you want to use your blanket for this, the blanket can come underneath the knees, or you might want to roll it a little bit more and put the blanket between your knees and then just lie down on it. Or coming into any version of that you like. So your knees can come as wide as you like. You can rest yourself on your blanket or just between your thighs. Your forehead can come down on the ground, or if you want to make fists to help support your forehead, you can do that. You find the version of child's pose that works the best for you. Take 2 more breaths here. And then on the next breath, you're going to push yourself up into a table. So you might need the blanket underneath your knees. If you do, to help support your knees, that's perfectly fine. Spread out your fingers. Point your fingers pointing forwards. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips somewhat. So adjust it to how it feels best for you. Not everybody is going to be able to go into the most perfect alignment. Everyone's going to feel a little bit differently. So wiggle around. Maybe the knees need to be a little bit wider. Maybe the hands need to be a little bit wider or a little bit more forward. Find a place that you feel like you're supported by the earth. Your toes can be directly behind your heels, or they can be curled under. Try both and see which one works for you, which one feels better. Push the ground away from you, making a really nice, strong, level back. Your head is in line with your spine, so your neck is nice and long. Crown of the head is pointing forwards. Your shoulder blades are sliding away from your spine towards the left and the right. Pull your belly button in. We're still doing that nice yogic breathing. And then we're going to start to move ourselves into our cows and our cats. So dropping the belly, open up the chest into our cow. Nice space between the shoulders and the ears. And then round your back up towards the ceiling as you move into cat. Do that a couple more times. Nice and slow. Feeling that movement, that vibration moving through your spine. Or thinking yourself as that dandelion, feeling the nourishment of the roots, moving up the stem into the flower head itself. Going slow, taking your time, noticing how this feels on your body. Making sure you're breathing. Don't forget to breathe. We're going to do that one more time. And then come back to a flat back. Come back to that tabletop. Notice how it feels. If you have your toes tucked, untuck them. Bring the weight onto the tops of your feet. If you didn't have your toes tucked, you had your feet like this, maybe tuck your toes. Just for a few moments, just notice how it feels. And then bring yourself back into a child's pose for 2 breaths. So back into your child's pose. Then your next breath, you're going to slither yourself along and come onto your tummies. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Elbows are kind of glued in towards the sides of your body. Forehead's on the ground. Tops of the feet are on the ground. Okay, we're going to inhale. Press into the ground with your hands and the tops of your feet and your hips. And we're going to slowly bring yourself up into a little cobra. Not very high, just a little baby cobra. And then exhale, bring yourself down again. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, just lift yourself up a little bit. Neck stays long. So you're looking down and out. Exhale, bring it down. Last time. Inhale to come up. Maybe you come up a little bit higher. And then exhale, bring yourself all the way back down. Then you're going to reach your arms out towards the corners of your mat. And then put your fingers into the mat. Okay, or it's on the floor. My hands are nice and wide. You don't have to go out that wide. Your forehead's on the ground. You're pushing your hips into the ground, tops of the feet into the ground. You're going to inhale, push into those fingers, little bit of a bend in your elbows, and bring yourself up into seal pose. Doesn't have to be very high. Think about your resistance here. Your resilience, not your resistance, your resilience, and all the possibilities. Exhale, bring yourself down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Stay soft, don't struggle. Breathe. Inhale to lift. And then exhale to lower. Then bring the arms back, bringing those elbows underneath your shoulders. And then you're going to just push yourself up onto those forearms, bringing you into a Sphinx pose. Okay, so the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. You're pushing your hands down onto the ground. Your hips are pushing down into the ground, tops of your feet into the ground. Okay, and you're looking down and out. So try not to cave in into your chest. Want to push into your arms. Open up through your clavicle, through your shoulders, soften your shoulders. And see if you can push and slide the shoulder blades away from each other. Breathe here. Make sure you're breathing. Now you don't want to have your arms out too wide. If you're sitting in a chair, you can do this by sitting in a chair and just bringing your hands onto your knees and then just lift up. And just soften through your shoulders and then just look up, opening up through this chest area. We'll take a couple more breaths here. See if you can push down on the tops of your feet and lift your knees up a little bit. Just try it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Okay. And then you're going to lower yourself all the way down, stretching out your arms in front of you, giving yourself a nice little stretch here. And then walk your hands back, bringing yourself back into a table. So find your tabletop again. Check in with your breath. Point your fingers are pointing forward. Spread out your fingers. Put the weight in your fingers and your finger pads. So you want to put the weight into your fingers and in the pads here. And then right here, not in the wrists. Okay. You can tuck your toes if you like, or you can have your toes right behind your heels. And we're going to move into our cows and cats again. So you drop the belly and then you open into your cow. Exhale into your cat. So we're going to do that 4 more times. Keep doing that. If you're sitting in a chair, you can do the same thing. Place your hands on your knees and open up into your cow. And then push yourself back into your cat. Cow and cat. So just allowing the spine to move nice and slow, nice and gentle. I lost count. But when you've done all of them that you need to do, bring yourself back to your table. You're going to go back into a child's pose. So we're just going to bring our hips all the way down towards your heels. So not quite a child's pose, just stretch out the back. So if you're sitting in a chair, just push your back towards the back of the chair. Maybe holding onto your knees. And then from here, come back to your tabletop, curl your toes under, and bring yourself into your downward dog. If you want to use the chair, find yourself a chair. Hold on to the seat, walk your feet back, and stretch yourself out into your downward dog. Okay? Your choice. We're only staying here for a couple of breaths. So find your resilience here. However your downward dog is, you can wiggle it around. Find what works for you. Okay, you want to think about your sit bones going up towards the ceiling, putting the weight in your feet and your hands. Try to find some balance there. Okay, one more breath. You can bend your knees as much as you like. If you want to move your feet up and down, you can do that too. And then you're going to slowly walk your feet towards your hands or your hands towards your feet, coming into a forward bend. So you might not be down that far. You might have your hands on your thighs. Or you might have your hands grazing the ground. Your knees can be bent as much as you need to. Let the head drop. If you feel dizzy or nauseous down here, then slowly come back up again. You know how you feel. Then when you're ready, walk yourself up, taking your time, using any support that you need. And standing up nice and tall. So coming in your Tadasana. Okay, so if you need a chair or something to help to support yourself, I'm going to turn myself sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to do tree. So your hands can go wherever you need to. If you need to hold on to something, hold on to something. Put your hands on your hips or bring your hands towards your heart. Okay, glue both feet into the ground first of all. Find that connection with both feet. Okay, standing up nice and tall, soften through your shoulders. Keep your chest open. Find your belly breathing, that yogic breathing. Nice, long, deep breaths, taking your time. Okay, then you're going to shift your weight into your right foot, and take that left foot and then bring it up. So bring it up wherever it feels comfortable. You can have the ball of the foot on the ground, your heel just resting against the inner shin, or you might want to bring your foot up a little bit higher. You find where it works for you. Okay, so just trying to find some balance here. Now, as all flowers or weeds have, they have roots. So make sure you're really rooted down through that supporting foot. Really rooted down. Try to find some stillness here. Even though you might feel wobbly and stuff like that, that's okay. That is still stillness. There's energy in your body, it's moving. Okay, now you're gonna take that left leg and you're gonna reach it back a little bit behind you. Not totally behind you, but maybe off to the side like railroad track, and you're gonna plant it down. It's about a 45-degree angle. Okay, so now, and bend into your right knee. So now you're in a warrior one position. Okay, and then lift the arms up. Okay, so we're gonna play with our balance a little bit here because we're gonna go back and forth between these positions. Okay, so if you have something that you can hold on to, if you need to, do that. Go slow, go with your breath. Okay, find that ease and resilience in you. And all the wishes that you can have in that flower that you're growing on top of your head, find that, okay? So we're gonna take a breath in and we're gonna come back to our tree. Hold it here, find your balance, and then go back to that warrior one. Go slow, take your time. Making any adjustments that you need. Now do that again. Go slow, take your time. Use any support that you need. And then go back into that warrior one. Let's do that side one more time. Ready? Back into your tree. Making any adjustments that you need to make. If you want to make your tree really big and leaves and stuff, go for it. Up to you. And then back to your warrior one. Make sure you're breathing. Check if you're holding your breath at all through any of that. Good. And then we're going to just take a step forwards, coming back to our Tadasana, our mountain pose. And then just close your eyes for a moment. Feeling that strength that you had in you to move from position to position, using your breath, being that dandelion, that flower. Okay, let's do the other side now. So shift your weight into that left foot, get some roots deep down. If you need the chair or the wall or anything else on that side, make it that it's available. Okay, bring your hands to wherever you feel comfortable. I'm bringing them to my heart. And then I'm going to bring the right foot up. So plant it above your ankle or come up a little bit higher if you like. You can come up even higher, but I don't think it's necessary that we do that. Find your balance. This is a little bit trickier foot. So really think about your roots here. Becoming really, really stable and strong and resilient. Soften through your face and your shoulders. And then let's bring that foot back, like as if you were stepping on a railroad track, and planting it about 45 degrees and bend into that left knee. Okay, so you're gluing both feet down. You've found roots now through both feet. Now you're going to yank up those roots on that right foot and come back to your tree. It's a little trickier on this side. I'm gonna do that 3 more times. Okay, so reach that leg back, right leg comes back, nice and slow, 45 degrees, bending into that left knee. Your arms can come up, sorry, I forgot about that. So move your arms however you feel like it. Support yourself if you need to. Now come back into that tree. Nice and slow, take your time. Notice what you need to do to get yourself into this new position. And let's go back. Next breath, move yourself back. And then move yourself back to a tree. Finding your balance. Last time. Move it back. Finding your balance there. Soften through your shoulders. Excellent. And then bring your hands back towards your heart. Or if you need to hold on, and then you're going to step yourself forward back into your Tadasana. So bring your arms down. So think of yourself now as a mountain. Take a few breaths, close your eyes, go inwards just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna practice getting up and down in a spiral, okay? So think of yourself withering down as that dandelion, and you're gonna come into a spiral. So I'll show you what I mean. So you're gonna have your hands free. You can use anything around you if you have a chair or whatever. And what you're going to do is you're going to come down. You're going to turn over to one side. Bring your hands down. Walk your hands around and to sit down. So you're almost going into a circle. To get back up again, you place your hands down. You walk your hands up, around. Stick your butt up in the air and then bring yourself up. Okay, so you'll figure out which side you want to do more. I'll do the other side now. So you're going to turn. If there's a chair or something there, you can grab that. Putting the hands down. Bum comes up. And you can go onto your knees. If you like, it's not, you hardly even brush your knees. And then you sit down. But come back up. Walking your hands. And then push yourself up. So try that, see how you do. If you don't want to try it, you don't have to. You get up and down how you feel comfortable getting up and down. Making any adjustments that you need to make. Go slow, feel yourself still rooted down with every part of your body that needs to be. Okay, and if anyone has knee problems, more than likely you're going to be going down on the knee that's the strongest. So you're going to go down. And so if it's your right knee that has issues, you might bring the left knee down first, although the knee barely even touches. And you're kind of turning yourself into a little circle. So try that a couple more times, and then we're going to twist yourself back up. And we're going to stand up. If you ever watch a child or a baby, that's actually how they do it. So it's really actually good to learn from all these little tiny people. They know what they're doing. Okay, so you're going to give yourself a big hug. So open up your arms wide. Open them up even wider. Soften through the shoulders. See if you can open up them even wider and your fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then cross your right arm over top of your left arm, giving yourself a hug. So we're going to try to reach those shoulder blades. You might not reach them, so just go to where you can go. Don't force it, don't struggle, but just give yourself a hug. You can tuck your chin in if you like, if that feels good. So you're coming forward a little bit, but we're still rooted down through our feet, standing up as tall as we can. Okay, on your next inhalation, you're going to open up your arms nice and wide. This time you're going to bring your hands down, and you're either going to clasp your hands or your wrists or your forearms or your elbows. And we're going to see if we can have the right arm above the left. So if you're clasping your hands, your right arm is above the left, okay? So soften here. So our arms are behind us. Behind. So we're opening up through our chests, okay? We're still rooted down as much as we can. Our legs are not locked. We still are able to bend our knees if we need to. So pushing equally weight into all four corners of our feet, big toes, little toes, heel, sides of the feet. Soften through the shoulders. Notice what you're doing with your face. Okay, and then on your next inhalation, release the arms, bring them up into a T again, stretching and opening up them up. And then we're going to give ourselves another hug with the left arm above the right arm this time. So hugging yourself, reaching, try to reach behind you. You might not get that far. You might only get to your upper arms or your shoulders. That's fine. Try to reach back as far as you can without forcing it or struggling with it. Find some ease. All of these different possibilities. All this resilience. And then you can tuck your chin in. It just gives a little stretch through the back of the neck and the upper shoulders. Try to relax here. Breathe. Root down through your feet. Okay, next breath. As you inhale, open up your arms nice and wide again. Open up as far as you can go. And then we're going to clasp the hands again. This time the left arm is coming above the right. So if you're clasping the hands, left is above the right, or the wrists, or the forearms, or the elbows. And it might feel totally different on this side. Again, soften through your face, through your shoulders, stand up as tall as you can. Root down. Okay, and then next breath, release the arms. And then we can just wiggle them around, going forwards and backwards, And then we're gonna make our way back down to the floor. So you decide how you're either gonna get into a chair or get onto the floor. Okay, so if you want to try that, wiggling around in a spiral again, you can do that or not. And we're going to sit. Okay, so we're going to sit with our legs stretched out in front of us this time. Okay, so sitting on a blanket, if it feels good to you, and the legs are stretched out in front of you. So if you're sitting in a chair, just stretch the legs out in front of you and place them on the ground. And the feet are going to be flexed. So you're going to feel a little bit more activity in the back of the thighs. And so it depends on how high your blanket is. So we don't want to have the leg go like this. So if you need to unfold your blanket a little bit more or sit down on the ground, because we want to sit up nice and tall, but we want to have just a gentle stretch of the back of the knees. We don't want them to bow or bow, okay? So flexing those toes up, nice and tall. Okay. And then we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. And we're going to twist over towards the left side. So we're going to just bring the arms down, just a little twist. Bring the arms down over towards the left side. The neck is centered. And then if you want to move your head a little bit more, you can. Don't force it. And then if you want to move your eyes a little bit more, you can. Just soften through your shoulders. Don't force the twist. Keep your toes, all toes are lifting up towards the sky. On the next breath, move your eyes, move your head, and then bring the arms all the way back up. And then we'll go over towards the other side, right side. Arms come all the way down to the right side. Just bring them down where they land. Then you can move your head a little bit more if you like. Then you can move your eyes a little bit more if you like. Hold it there. Try to soften here. All 10 toes are reaching up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Breathe. Then when you're ready to come out of it, move the eyes first. Then move the head. Then move the arms all the way back up. Good. And then bring the arms all the way back down. Okay, so let's bring the knees in towards us. They don't have to be that much. Okay, we're gonna bring both knees in. If you can get them in a little bit more, great. We're sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you can only do one knee at a time. Just try doing maybe one knee. If you can do both knees, great. And they might not be that close in towards the chest. You get them in as much as you can. Try to sit up tall. Maybe you need to hold on to them, or maybe you can let them be there by themselves. Okay, from here, we're going to lower ourselves onto our backs. So lower ourselves all the way onto our backs. Maybe come onto the forearms, if you like, and then keep those knees in towards your chest. So you can be holding on to the shins. You can be holding underneath the thighs if you wish, up to you. And you're going to begin to rock just side to side, side to side. And then come back to center, and then start to make little circles in your back. So you can hold on to your knees. If this doesn't feel that great to you, you can always have your feet down on the ground too, right? So just little circles in the back. And then you're gonna put those, then we're gonna come back to center, bring the feet down onto the ground. So our backs and our shoulders are on the ground. You can bring your hands onto your tummy or down by your sides. Then you're going to bring your legs into butterfly. So your feet are just going to come together, the soles of the feet, and your knees are just going to come down with gravity. And just play around with the distance between your heels and your groin. So your legs might be far away, your heels might be far away, or they might be close. So don't force it, just allow gravity to do what it needs to do. Just hold yourself here. Take a couple breaths. If you feel like it's too intense there, maybe you want to bring your hands underneath your thighs a little bit, or maybe just do one side and then the other side. You decide what feels best in your body. Then on your next breath, you're going to slowly bring your knees together, bringing those feet back onto the ground. Wiggle your feet to the outer edges of your mat, or as wide as is comfortable. And you can bring your arms again into any position that feels comfortable into your body. We're just going to do windshield wipers. So have your knees go one direction and then go in the opposite direction. The knees do not need to touch the ground. You're just going to move them side to side. Side to side. If you're sitting on a chair, you can do that on the chair too. Side to side. The next time your knees get over towards the right side, you're just going to keep them there. So you can make any adjustments if you want to drop them down a little bit, but just adjust yourself so that you feel supported. If you're on the chair, just do the same thing. Just allow the knees to go to one side and then just adjust yourself so you feel supported. Your hands can go in any direction that feels comfortable for you, and you can move your head in whatever comfortable place feels best too. So if you want to keep your head centered, move it to the left or the right, up to you. Just try not to strain. Try to just find a place where you can be content. Again, thinking of yourself as that dandelion. Feeling rooted down here, feeling strong and capable. Next breath, move your head back to center or wherever if you moved it. And then move your knees back up to center. And then take a moment here. When you feel ready, allow your knees to drop over towards the other side. Very gentle. Just going to where you need to go and maybe adjusting your legs a little bit more. Moving your head in any direction that feels comfortable for you. See if you can soften. Just breathe. Don't forget about the breath. Okay, on your next breath, bring your head back to center, then bring your knees back to center. Hold it here for a moment, just allowing the body to adjust itself. And then when you're ready, you can extend your legs out towards the corners of your mat. They can be as wide as you like or together. And just allow the heels and the toes just to flop. Bring your arms to wherever it feels comfortable. Maybe resting on your belly, on your heart, on your hips, on the ground. They can be up or down. Eyes are gently closed, soften through your face. And coming back to that foundation of security, safety, grounding, rooting, and find relaxation. You're very welcome to stay in Savasana as long as you like. To find that peace, that restful state. Allowing yourself to release whatever is needed any longer. When you're ready to come out, bring your awareness back. Allow the breath to deepen. Create some little wiggles in your body, maybe through the feet, through the arms, maybe through the head gently. And whenever you feel you're ready, you can give yourself a nice stretch, arms above your head. Stretch yourself out. And then you can roll yourself over onto one side, supporting your head with your arm. And then bringing yourself up into a seat. So finding whatever seat works for you. You want to sit on the blanket again, you're very welcome to. So find a nice seat. Sit up nice and tall, like the dandelion. Finding that resilience, that stability. Now envision as that dandelion that you've gone to seed. You've got all of these hundreds upon hundreds of seeds. Choose 3. And gather them up. Bring them into your hands. Hold them there. As we practice us being dandelions and feeling that resilience and ease and strength and endurance in us, we have to remember to trust and believe in ourselves. Trusting in that we are doing right to ourselves, trusting that we are moving and living within our morals and our ethics and our beliefs, honoring and having confidence to move and express ourselves in whatever way is right to ourselves. So take those 3 seeds, maybe give them a name, each one a name or a condition or a thought or something special, maybe an idea, a possibility, an opportunity, anything that you like. Absolutely anything. And then when you feel ready, make a wish on the first one. Take a big breath in through the nose and then blow it away. Allowing it to land and take roots somewhere else. And then do the same with the other 2 as well. It's your own pace, your own time. Choose another one, set an idea, a name, a place, whatever, an opportunity. Make a wish. Take a big breath in. And then blow it away. And then your last one. Do the same thing. Take that last seed. Make a wish. Set an idea, an opportunity, anything that you like, a thought. When you're ready to let it go, take a big breath in and blow it away. And then bring your hands together by your heart. Take a moment to reflect on your practice. Bow your head, give yourself some gratitude. And we'll end our practice with 1 Om. So take a breath in through the nose. Let it out with a sigh. Breathe in for 1 Om. Namaste. Thanks, everyone.